When you text a girl you like or a woman you like, you need to make sure that your texts are making her feel sparks of attraction for you. She needs to be feeling the attraction that is going to cause her to look at you as a potential lover or boyfriend for her. And when you suggest catching up, she is going to say yes because she wants to get to that point with you. So if you want to have sex or a relationship with the girl that you're texting, keep these following tips in mind. Number 1, don't waste time chatting with her like a friend. Always text her as though you're going to be a potential lover or boyfriend. A common mistake that a guy will make is that he'll chat with a girl like a friend, and then when he eventually tries to ask her out, he gets rejected or friend zoned because she's not feeling a sexual or romantic spark. Now, texting like a friend can work in some cases, but in most cases, the guy gets rejected when he asks her out or he ends up in the friend zone. So first I'm going to give you an example of a guy texting a girl that he likes and he's only chatting with her like a friend. Then when he goes to suggest a meetup, she says no because she's not feeling a spark. After that, I'll give you an example of how to text her in a way that makes her see you as a potential lover or boyfriend and then say yes when you suggest a meetup. So here's the guy just being friendly. He starts off with, "Hey, how are you?" "Good, just at home watching Netflix." "What are you watching?" "Name of show." "Cool, I haven't seen it yet. I might have to check it out." She then doesn't reply, so he waits 5 or 10 minutes and sends another text. "Have you seen Name of show?" "Not yet. Is it any good?" "Yeah, it's a thriller. One of those that keeps you on the edge of your seat." "Cool, I like those." "Also, have you seen Name of show?" "Yeah, seen that already." "What did you think of it?" "Pretty cool. Not my favorite, but pretty cool." "Cool, so how has work been going for you lately?" "Not bad. I don't really care too much about my work." "Why's that?" "I'd rather be doing something else, to be honest." "Like what?" "Dancing." "Oh, cool. So why don't you do it?" "Have to pay bills. Probably not a realistic dream for me." "Oh, I see. I hope it does work out for you though." Now, at this point, he thinks he's doing well because she's responding and opening up a bit to him. Yet, she isn't feeling a sexual or romantic spark. It's more of a get-to-know-you kind of conversation rather than an attraction-building conversation. So, since he thinks he's doing very well, he continues on with it. He asks, "So, do you still dance much or?" "Not lately." "What style of dance, by the way?" "Classic." "Oh, okay, cool." He then tries to use a technique of acting busy by saying that he has to go before asking her out, but it doesn't work for him because he hasn't sparked her attraction. He's just been connecting with her, which is not the same as attracting her. "By the way, I have to go now, but would you like to grab a coffee sometime?" Now, it's fine to ask that question if you have attracted a woman first or attracted a girl first. Yet, in this case, he's just been connecting with her. It's not the same as attracting a woman. She then says, "Not sure. I've been pretty busy lately. I'll have to let you know, okay?" "Okay. I'm free pretty much all this week and next, so let me know what works for you." "Okay. Well, I better go as well. Take care." Now, she said she will let him know, but 2 weeks passes by, and he finally builds up the courage to text her and says, "Hey, how have you been?" "Busy, you?" "Same. I thought I'd text you to say hi because you didn't get back to me. Do you have time for a coffee this week or?" "Sorry, I'm busy this week and next." Now the thing is, he could have actually had sex or a relationship with her, but he was approaching the conversation in a connecting type of way, right? He either got her number in person, or he matched with her on a dating app, or he knows her and has started chatting with her, and she's interested. She's texting back. He has an opportunity with her, but he let it slip through his fingers because he was just trying to get along with her. So here's an attractive example. Now, I'm going to start the conversation in exactly the same way as the guy did by saying, "Hey, how are you?" And the girl replies in the same way by saying, "Good, just at home watching Netflix." Yet I'm going to text in a way that creates the potential lover or boyfriend type of dynamic between you and her. So she says, "Good, just at home watching Netflix." "And you didn't invite me over? I would have brought popcorn," with a laughing emoji. So she sees that he is being upbeat and easygoing about it. He's not being serious or annoyed about it and so forth. He's just having a joke with her. "LOL, I love popcorn. I haven't had it in ages, actually. Maybe I should invite you next time." "So what are you watching anyway?" She says the name of show and he says, "Oh no, I couldn't get past one episode of that." So we're not watching that when I come over, okay? I'll be in control of the remote. It's not that bad of a show, it's okay. Worst show ever, Hannah. Anyway, so when are you inviting me over? Tomorrow? LOL, you're very confident, aren't you? Haha. And he just replies with a winky smile. So the guy doesn't have to explain himself there. She is essentially giving him a compliment. She doesn't need him to reply to that particular question and say, yeah, I'm very confident because this and that and so forth. He just gives her a winky smile. She may then imagine that if she playfully challenged him in person by saying something like, you're very confident, aren't you? He would be able to smile and wink at her. That is attractive to women because it suggests he isn't intimidated by her. He isn't going to try to prove his confidence and masculinity and explain it all to her. He's just going to accept it and give her a wink and a smile. Therefore, she would likely feel girly in comparison to his masculinity in person, which is a turn on for women. Now, this text example continues on, but I want to make a point first, and that is that texting is more about how things seem than how they actually are. Right? So a woman can't see the guy winking, she can't see his reactions and so forth, so she has to assume or guess how he would seem if he was saying that to her in person or behaving like that in person. So feeling attracted by the conversation, the girl then says, I can't do tomorrow, but Thursday is cool with me at like 7. Now, what's important to remember here is that what both the man and woman want is either sex or a relationship. If she is interested and communicating with him and he's being attractive via text, then she is going to want to meet up. She's also going to be happy that he has the confidence to suggest catching up. And it's going to work because he was being attractive first. He wasn't just trying to connect with her and get along with her and get to know her. So the guy then replies, perfect, I'll bring over a bottle of wine for us to share. So what's your address? Cool, popcorn and wine, sounds yum. And she then shares her address. Okay, see you at 7 p.m. on Thursday. By the way, I'll introduce you to some cooler shows. And by that he's referring to her taste in Netflix shows. Haha, okay, see you then. Now, something small to point out here is that he's only being playful by saying that he'll introduce her to cooler shows. But at the same time, it's also creating a bit of a dynamic where he's probably a bit cooler than her, and she's a bit of a dork for watching the show that she has been watching. It's not a serious thing, it's just playful flirting. So in the first example, the guy is just texting like a friend. Now, she doesn't want a friend. Right? She wants a potential lover or boyfriend, and she's going to look at a guy as being a potential lover or boyfriend if he creates a spark with her via text, right? If he's actually making her feel attracted. Yet, if he's just texting her like a friend, then in most cases the woman will worry that there may not be enough of a spark between them on a date, and therefore it will feel awkward. Alternatively, she may worry that it might just be a waste of time because she isn't feeling attracted to him, so what's the point of going on a date? Yet the guy who makes her feel attracted is giving her the experience that she wants. She wants to feel a spark and she wants to feel excited about potentially meeting up with a guy who could become her lover or boyfriend. Number 2, don't play it safe. Unless she's a co-worker, of course, right? So if the girl or woman that you like is a co-worker and you work in a strict working environment where romantic relationships are frowned upon between co-workers and so on, then you need to play it a bit more safe and not take too many risks via text. Yet, for all other women, you should be texting her as though you are going to be a potential lover or boyfriend. This means that you risk it to get the biscuit, right? You take a chance. You don't play it safe and hold back, waiting and hoping that she shows lots of interest before you eventually then start to show interest and make a move. It's the same with attracting women in person. When a guy meets a woman that he finds very attractive, he will often think, wow, I haven't met a girl like this before or in a long time. I need to play it safe. I need to just talk to her in a nice way, get along with her, be friendly, show her that I'm a good guy and that I'm reliable, that I'll be a good boyfriend and so forth, and maybe she will like me. Yet women want to feel an instant spark with you. They want to feel that instant sexual chemistry. They want to feel that a relationship with you wouldn't be a boring friendship. They want to feel a spark. And to create that, you need to take a risk to say something, to do something that is going to make that spark happen. So let's go back to the example where she said she wanted to be a dancer, but she also needed to pay bills. Now, the following usually won't work if the guy has only been connecting with her, only being nice and supportive, and so on. What you need to do is create a more playful vibe first. You need to focus on that initially rather than trying to get to know women. So when you then make a joke or you say something a bit risky, the woman knows that you're only joking, right? She then laughs at it and you have a more easygoing, playful, non-serious type of dynamic together. It's more of a boyfriend-girlfriend dynamic from the start, or a lover dynamic where you are able to make jokes and say things that are a little bit risky because you have a more sexual, playful, and easygoing vibe together. So let's assume that the guy had been attractive prior to her saying, "Not bad, I don't really care too much about my work." And he then asks, "Why's that?" And she says, "I'd rather be doing something else, to be honest." "Like what?" "Dancing." "Oh, cool, so why don't you do it?" "Have to pay bills. Probably not a realistic dream for me." And then he says something a little bit risky that is going to be totally okay if you have been creating a more playful, easygoing vibe between you and her, rather than just connecting with her and being Mr. Serious all the time. So he then says, "Well, if you want to be a dancer and pay bills, you could always be a stripper," with a smiley face to let us see that he's only being playful, he's joking around, and so forth. Now, the emoji there isn't always necessary. If the guy has been playful with her and they have been joking around together, then she's almost certainly going to know that he is joking, and she's going to laugh and joke back in return. But if a guy wants to play it a little bit more safe, he can add in the emoji there. She replies, "LOL, never. I would be too shy to do something like that." "You could do it, Hannah. You've got the looks." "Thanks, but I've always been quite a shy girl." "Oh, I see. So are you a lights on or lights off kind of girl?" So he's texting as a potential lover or boyfriend, right? Lights on or lights off during sex. He's bringing the conversation towards that rather than asking her why she's shy and discussing that, or maybe telling her that he used to be shy and he figured out how to be confident now and so forth, and she can become confident too, and all that sort of stuff. Just trying to get along with her, get to know her, be a good friend, be supportive, and so on. Instead, the guy texts like a potential lover or boyfriend by asking her if she's a lights on or lights off kind of girl. She then replies, "Depends," right? So she doesn't give much back to him there. She doesn't give him much to work with. So he replies with a winky smile, and she replies with the tongue sticking out. So essentially what's going on with the depends, winky smile, and the tongue sticking out is that she's flirting back by saying that it depends, right? It depends on maybe the guy, maybe how she's feeling, if she's had a drink or something like that, or if she's feeling very horny, who knows? And the guy replies with a winky smile there, which can suggest that him and her are talking about potentially having sex, and it may be a lights on or lights off situation, depending on the dynamic between them. And she then replies with the tongue sticking out because she gets that. She gets that they're having that sexual conversation and they're talking about potentially having sex at some point. Anyway, you and I should catch up for a drink sometime soon. We should. And then he arranges a meetup. Now, here's a more tame example if a guy doesn't want to suggest that a woman become a stripper if she wants to dance and pay bills at the same time. So she says, "Not bad. I don't really care too much about my work." And he says, "Why is that?" "I'd rather be doing something else, to be honest." "Like what?" "Dancing." And he then says, "On tabletops," or with a laughing emoji. So she then knows that he's only joking. He's just playfully talking about the topic of dancing and a woman dancing on tabletops when she's drunk at a club or something like that. He's being playful about it and making a joke about dancing. So she then replies, "LOL, no, like professionally. I'm a classically trained dancer, but admittedly have danced on a bar counter once when I was very drunk." "LOL, that would have been a sight." "It was. I tend to get a bit wild when drunk like that." Then he switches towards meeting up, which is what you should do when you're texting women after you've attracted them. "So when are you and I going out dancing?" "I'll make sure we only have a few drinks. Otherwise, I might end up on the bar counter as well," with a laughing emoji. And she laughs in return. "I don't know, but I'm always up for some dancing." "Cool, let's grab a quiet drink this Friday or Saturday night and stick to the dance floor, rather than the bar counters. You in?" "Sounds good." And he then arranges the meetup. Number 3, don't base your assessment of her interest level on how much she texts. Sometimes a girl will really like a guy and not text much because she wants to see how confident he is, if he'll continue texting, if he'll become angry like other guys have when she hasn't texted much, or because she's worried about seeming too keen and then potentially giving him too much power in a relationship from the start. Also, some women don't want to allocate a lot of time texting a guy who may or may not ever arrange a date with her. Sometimes a woman just wants to put in a little bit of effort initially, and she hopes that, unlike other guys, you are going to be able to make her feel sparks of attraction, the conversation is going to flow, and you're going to arrange a meetup. Also, a woman may actually be very excited to be texting you but not show it, right? So you always have to remain confident, focus on attracting her, and then move things forward. A lot of guys end up losing their opportunity with a girl or a woman that they like because they look at her texts and assume that she isn't interested, when secretly she may be very interested, but she doesn't want to show that for some of the reasons I was just talking about. So you must ensure that when you're texting a girl you like or texting a woman you like, you remain confident and focus on attracting her. When you make a woman feel attracted to you via text, she looks at you as a potential lover or boyfriend. She doesn't look at you as just a friend option. Then when you suggest a meetup, she says yes to that. But of course, there are feisty women out there. There are women out there who want to test you a little bit first before they say yes to a date. And it doesn't always flow smoothly from one step to the next with every girl that you text, which is why you need to understand how to handle the challenging questions that women ask guys via text in a way that makes her feel more attracted to you, in a way that brings her guard down, in a way that makes her say yes when you suggest a meetup. You also need to know how to handle it if she cancels a date or if she stops replying mid-conversation and she doesn't send anything for days or even a week later. You need to know what to text her to reinitiate the conversation in an attractive way so she then feels compelled to reply and says yes to meeting up with you. You also need to know what to text when you suggest a meetup and she stops replying or when she says no to meeting up with you. How do you turn that around? How do you make her laugh and smile and feel attracted and then say yes to meeting up with you? Well, all of that and much more is covered in my program, Text Attraction. Text Attraction is the ultimate guide on how to attract women via text for dates, sex, and relationships. After watching the program and understanding how to attract women via text, you will never lose another opportunity with a woman that you like ever again. You will always know how to make her feel attracted and get her to meet up with you for sex or a relationship. Text Attraction also comes with a bonus called 1,200 text examples, and that is a collection of screenshots of all the texts from the program in order with a table of contents, so you can quickly find any text from the program whenever you need it when texting live with a woman or when you want to refer back to it and learn it again. One final point that I want to make for you in this video is that getting dates via text is one of the most difficult or easy things for a guy depending on how he approaches text conversations. So many guys end up putting in loads of effort via text, having big conversations with women that go nowhere, right? They fizzle out. The woman loses interest. She stops replying. Or when he asks for a date or suggests a meetup, she says no, or says she just sees him as a friend, or she's not looking for a boyfriend, or she's busy, and so on. So when texting a girl that you like, don't text her like a friend and just have a chat to get to know her and get along with her. Don't play it safe unless she's a coworker, of course. And don't base your assessment of her interest level on what she is texting, how much she's texting, and so forth. You need to be the bigger person. You need to be confident, courageous, brave, and you need to text her, make her feel attracted, and then get her to meet up with you.